In this video, you'll learn absolutely everything about engine flushing using a Liqui Moly product, a simple procedure performed right before an oil change that can save you a lot of money on repairs to your turbocharger, lubrication system, cooling system, and even the engine itself. All of these costly issues can easily be avoided with proper preventive maintenance. I'll show you how to take care of your car without spending unnecessary money, with minimal time investment, in the best possible way so that it can run without any issues, because reliability is exactly the goal we want to achieve. Take 6 minutes to watch this material, see the before and after cleaning effect, and decide if you want to join the group of people who prefer prevention over repair. Let's get to work. The first very important piece of information. What exactly is an engine flush? It's an extremely simple procedure that involves pouring a ready-made store-bought product into the oil filler cap just before changing the oil itself. It only takes about 15 minutes of engine running for the product to circulate through the entire system, causing metal shavings and all accumulated deposits to loosen and drain out with the old oil during the oil change. This procedure significantly extends the life of your engine, improves lubrication, and allows both the engine and the turbocharger to operate under much lower stress and dissipate heat more effectively. I will show you the entire procedure from start to finish. In this video, we'll clean the system and change the oil in a BMW E61 with a 3-liter diesel engine. At the very beginning, it is important that the entire flushing and oil change process be carried out on a warm engine. That's why I get inside and heat up the whole system to full operating temperature, around 90 degrees Celsius. On a cold engine, it won't be possible to drain all the oil because due to the higher viscosity at low temperature, a large portion will remain inside, which makes the oil change ineffective. Once the engine is warmed up, I pour the entire can of the product into the oil reservoir and leave the car running at idle for 15 minutes so the additive can circulate through the system and perform its cleaning action. After this time, I turn off the engine and immediately move on to the oil change. I start by unscrewing the oil filler cap to ensure air circulation. Then I get under the car and remove the 3 bolts securing the cover that protects the oil pan. Right underneath it is the oil drain plug, which I loosen using a 17mm socket wrench. In the meantime, prepare an oil pan or a bucket, preferably a large one, because in this engine, after flushing, we will drain at least 7 liters of oil. Important note: at this moment, the oil is definitely hot, so be careful not to burn yourself. It's better to let the plug fall into the container and fish it out later than to try catching it immediately and risk spilling hot, dirty, used oil on yourself. I leave the bucket under the drain for a few more minutes and move to the top to unscrew the oil filter, which is located on the right side of the engine. For this, you'll need a 32mm socket wrench. Once unscrewed, I pull the filter out onto a tray and set it aside for cleaning and replacement. Removing the filter allows the remaining oil, previously trapped in some of the channels, to drain out. So if you ever hear someone say that the filter doesn't need to be replaced every time, don't listen to them, because that's nonsense. It's an expense of under $10 that makes a huge difference in the final result. While we're on the topic, when buying a filter, always choose a kit that includes a new filter seal and a new drain plug washer. There's no point in reusing the old ones. I slide the old filter out of the plastic housing and do the same with the old gasket, which resists a bit and doesn't want to come off easily. Once everything is out, I clean the housing to flush away any remaining dirt that might have collected inside. I use a degreasing spray or brake cleaner. The agent dries quickly on its own, but to be safe, I wipe everything with a paper towel, making sure no bits are left inside. I also dry and clean the drain plug bolt. As I mentioned earlier, it's a complete set of 3 parts, the filter and 2 seals, and that's everything we need. I carefully place the rubber gasket at the very end into the groove that's slightly deeper. Then I prepare the bolt with the copper washer, which we'll screw back in shortly. Finally, I slide the clean, fresh filter into its place, making sure the opening is identical on both sides. This way, the entire set is ready for installation under the hood of our car. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment, and I'll record more episodes about servicing your BMW. Thank you. I go underneath the car, clean the drain plug area thoroughly until it's dry, and screw the bolt back in, always remembering to install the washer, usually a copper one in this case. I tighten everything with a 17mm socket and a torque wrench, applying 25 nanometers of force, since that's the specification given in the car's documentation. Back on top, I apply a small amount of fresh engine oil onto the rubber gasket of the filter. This helps ensure a perfect seal. Before screwing it in, I also wipe the filter mounting area, specifically the threads, completely dry with a paper towel. There's always some dirt left there that can make removal or installation harder, so it's the perfect time to get rid of it. Next, I screw the filter together with the housing back into place as far as I can by hand, then use a 32mm socket and a torque wrench set to 25 Newton meters. The next step is very important because getting the oil quantity wrong can have terrible consequences for the engine. And here it's going to be surprising. You'll need to pour in much more oil than during a standard oil change, and I'll explain why. According to the service manual, the capacity should be about 7 liters of oil. But after our flushing procedure, this amount can increase to even 8 liters. Because by adding the flushing agent that changes viscosity, we've pushed the oiling system practically down to zero. To avoid overfilling, I first pour in 6.5 liters, wait a moment for the oil to spread evenly, checking the dipstick repeatedly until the correct level is reached. If needed, I add another 100 milliliters until it's perfect. In the meantime, I check underneath the car to make sure the drain plug gasket we replaced earlier is sealed and completely dry. It's the perfect moment to verify that. Once the dipstick shows the correct level, I carefully close the oil filler cap, making sure not to spill anything onto the cover, and start the engine for about 20 seconds to activate the oil pump and circulate the fresh oil through the system. After that, I recheck the dipstick since it's common for the level to drop slightly. If needed, I add another 100 milliliters until it's perfect. In this way, we've done a huge favor for our car because now it can operate under the most optimal conditions. Additionally, to avoid forgetting about the next oil change, at the very end, I fill out an information tag and hang it in the proper place, so I don't have to remember at what mileage I should repeat the process. At this point, I encourage you to leave a like and a comment, because that allows me to keep making more episodes about repairing and servicing a BMW on your own. Thank you.